Away we go. Except I can't find my. Sorry about that. Hit the wrong button. Away we go now.
Air traffic control, bring in New York. Roger that. Bring in Canada. 10-4. Gentlemen, we have liftoff.
This is Radio. Back again for number 10. Join Big B, DK, and Mike Jolitz for all the hot topics, weird news, and shenanigans. It's Cave Crew Radio, Season 10 at cavecrewradio.com.
Oh, indeed. It is Friday, ladies and gentlemen. My name is DK. It's great to be here. Long week, but this is when the party begins. Talking FLA like you would not believe. If you're a fan of weird Florida news, we got lots of it. We also have Mike reads the news and, of course, our epicenters and drinks of the week and all that other good stuff. Hopefully a lot of fun tonight. Big B, of course, in studio, Queens, New York.
Hi there.
How are you spending these fall nights?
The same as I spend every fall night. My wife gets home, we have dinner, and then there's homework and hockey.
Yes.
That's pretty much it. And just to go back 1 minute, we are talking FLA all night long. You want to stay tuned to the very end because this is what I deemed to be the greatest throwing story we've ever done.
And you know, another thing in 23, you should probably make a note of it for the awards is like a new segment is the throwing things segment. It only really came to light this year.
It really because it was that one story with the chicken wings.
Yeah, and then the pizza, and then all kinds of other shit. But you are declaring this as the best one thus far.
In my opinion, and I think I am the foremost authority on all things throwing stories involving throwing things at others. I believe that this is the greatest one, and you'll find out why when we get there.
Now, while we're on that topic, I mean, with the pre-show, we can kind of babble a little bit. Have you ever thrown? I think I've thrown like balls at people, you know, like when you were camping or in the backyard at a party, or I think I've like, you know, throwing balls, just nothing that would hurt anyone.
Well, I've thrown things at other people, but that was like, you're having fun kind of thing. You pick up something, you throw it, never in a heated argument.
Like our stories.
Never in a heated argument setting. So I will say that I have not thrown.
Yeah, because I don't think I've ever picked up a hatchet or, one of those 5-star Japanese. I've never tried. I may have when I was stoned one time, younger, remember when the lawn darts were metal, not plastic?
Back in 1957, yes.
It wasn't that long ago. I'm not quite that old. If I was that old, I wouldn't be working right now.
Sure you would. Your government would make sure you are.
Anyway, like I think occasionally you try to toss that metal dart to land on someone's foot or something just out of fun. Or when you were playing like what's that game when you toss the bean bags? Cornhole. Great popular sport now. Or if you were playing like tennis or hockey.
So can I just state the obvious? I grew up in New York, in Queens. We don't have lawns, so we didn't have lawn darts. And we are I grew up in an apartment. You didn't have access to a backyard. All you had was the sidewalk and the front steps. There was no cornhole being played.
Did you throw a bowling ball down the stairs?
No, because nobody bowled.
Okay.
What I did apparently do, I will say this, and my wife will tell you this story. She grew up living across the street from me when we were kids.
Oh.
Her family moved away when she was 7. But, as we were, young kids, I played with her older brother. We played G.I. Joes and whatever. And apparently she will tell this story to anyone that will listen. I used to throw rocks at her.
Oh, geez.
I don't remember doing this, but I don't discount that I did. I just don't remember doing it. But apparently I threw rocks at my wife when she was little and I was little.
You were like 6.
I'm 3 years older than her. So, maybe when, she was 6, I was 9, something to that effect.
We used to do stuff like that, ladies and gentlemen. You can't pin it to us now. It's, anyway, lots of fun. Maybe we have thrown, ladies and gentlemen, maybe we have to throw away this I have not, and all of us proclaim we have thrown something. Maybe a piece of food in the cafeteria or, a piece of paper at someone sitting on the couch. We have all thrown.
Again, I will say yes that I've thrown, but never like in anger. I don't even think I threw rocks at my wife when she was little. In anger, it was just stupid things kids do.
Right.
I've never, like in a heated argument, never picked up anything in my immediate surroundings and threw it at the other person.
No, I might have struck them with it, but not thrown it.
I don't even think I've done that.
I don't know. Like you say, 1957 was a long time ago.
That's true. It's tough at your advancing years.
Yeah.
The memory goes sometimes. I get it.
That's why neither you of I have written a book.
Correct.
But at some point, our children can go back and see all these shows. And although we do a lot of stuff, we've told a lot of stories through the years.
This is our book. I like that. I never thought of it that way.
Oh.
But this show has become our autobiography. And I always tell, especially my older son, now that he's getting almost to be an adult, I want to make sure he doesn't do stupid shit online. I tell him always, online is forever.
We've done some stupid shit, but we have still remained employed and anonymous.
That's right. But that means, like the stuff, all of the recordings from our shows are out there. They're on YouTube. It's forever. So you can always go back and listen. Just
Google it and you'll have 2 pages of all these different podcast places. And
that's all you need.
It's crazy, but
it's
harmless. I still think it's harmless. I do it outside of work and I do it for fun.
Oh, no, it's absolutely harmless. But to your point, this is our autobiography.
Yeah, I like it. All right. We're going to start, kids. We got a jam-packed show. We've been putting off FLA for like 3 weeks. And that stupid, unresponsive interview we had last week.
By the way, I got a great Zamboni story for you.
Oh.
I don't.
Oh, shit. You had my hopes up. I went to a hockey game and I saw the Zamboni.
Oh, my God, like a 4-year-old. Wow, look at the magic it does on the ice.
I've been to a chip wagon and I've seen a deep fryer, but you don't hear me telling everyone about it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to roll. Bear with me 2 seconds. You know me in buttons.
The show is about to start. We have liftoff. In 3, 2, 1. Bam!
back again for number 10. Cave Crew Radio, Season 10. Let's go. CaveCrewRadio.com.
There was a time when the world turned their back on men. Men with a dream and savage yearning within them. Legions compelled by passion that knows no boundary. A consuming flame that defies plausible explanation. Battling the forces of domestication, they find the courage to band together to experience the awesome power of being men.
And then we got a side thing that we have to get into, which I say this with all due respect.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Tonight's broadcast of the Masculine Feminist has been commandeered by the secret society No Ma'am.
Gotta go to a place where I get a shot and a beer, steak, man. Saying we can stop, get pancakes, and then we'll get laid, all right?
Why do you drink ice cold beer on a hot day?
Mr. Craven, what else are you gonna do with it?
To alcohol, the cause of and solution to all of life's problems.
The Yankees are champions of baseball. It's a power play goal.
This is Cave Crew Radio.
Indeed, it is, ladies and gentlemen. Cave Crew Radio is the name of the show. My name is DK. I am live in my cave in Windsor, Ontario, Canada. It's great to be here. We are live on YouTube. We are live on Facebook. We are live at cavecrewradio.com as well as Pulse Talk Radio. We are syndicated all over the world and available wherever you find podcasts. Boys and girls, we got a great show ahead for you. You wonder why I'm dressed like this? Well, I'll tell you why. For the past few weeks, we haven't done talking FLA. So if you're into all the weird things that go on in Florida, you're going to get plenty of it tonight. And if you listen to the pre-show, Big B told you why you're going to want to stay until the end. We also have Mike Jolitz, as we always do. So stay tuned. Let's get ready. Let's do all the normal stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for...
And now, he is the king of the sovereign county of Urian Stench and Stenchlandia, the commander-in-chief of the Water Gypsies, the self-proclaimed president of the United States, a university graduate, and always the epicenter of something. Ladies and gentlemen, His Royal Highness, Big B.
Yes, live from Queens, New York, I am King B. And I'd also like to add that I am now the official Speaker of the House. And as always, the epicenter of something this week and every week prior for the past year and a half, it seems like, the epicenter of all things, weekend storms.
Not just rain. Not just rain. Sprinkles.
Apparently this weekend we're getting a nor'easter. We had remnants of hurricanes go through. We've had thunderstorms roll through every single weekend for like literally the past month. And tomorrow is no different. Tomorrow we are getting apparently a nor'easter. So it's going to rain all freaking day again.
I saw that. Now Sunday, will you get reprise?
I believe everything rolls out tomorrow night, and Sunday we should be good. So what I've been doing is, obviously we can't do anything on Saturdays because it's pouring. I cram all because I'm still out there smoking and barbecuing and doing all that. I cram all that in on Sundays. So last Sunday I spent the entire day. I made gumbo. I made chili. I made barbecue sauce. I made smoked tofu. I know. I believe me. I know this is my wife's thing. I let it marinate in my barbecue sauce for like 3 or 4 hours. I put it in the smoker for an hour and a half, and she loves it.
All right. God bless.
Hey, it's her. I ain't eating it. She likes it, so she can. I'll make it for her.
2 things I don't touch: tofu and avocados.
Oh, avocados are great. I love avocado. Avocado on some toast with some salt. Oh, it's wonderful. Avocado is wonderful. And guacamole. You eat guacamole, don't you?
No, I do not.
Oh my God! What the hell goes on up in Canada?
That is the fruit of Satan. Tonight I will have a triple cheese Philly steak sandwich and a poutine. That is real food.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but avocados are very, very good.
No.
They are good for you as well.
That's fine. I'm still here since 1957, according to you.
That's right.
Anyway, I will also make chili, and I want to make some pasta sauce, and we're getting into all that. Shepherd's pie, yada, yada, smoked meatloaf.
Oh, smoked meatloaf I got to make again.
All that good stuff. But
so, yeah, that's where we are. And because apparently as we're getting towards the Halloween season.
Yes, how do we enter for those prize packs?
You have to go to my son's Halloween party at his school and buy a raffle ticket.
You should have like an Eventbrite or something for where we can go online and still donate and buy tickets. I can't remember which one it was, but there was one for the older people, and I said to Mrs. B, I go, oh wow.
That is the over 21 with the decanter. There's some tequila in there, some shot glasses. Yeah, that's the over 21. That's the one that's going to make the most money. But yes, so the baskets were made. But as we're getting towards that season, my younger son is getting more and more excited, and he wants to watch a Halloween movie.
Oh dear.
So
Halloween Town's a real good one for kids.
I don't know what they're going to. My wife is finding something. So because of that, I have already received.
Oh. All right. Well, I have to. I still got to play the jingle, and then we'll go back to the Halloween because I love Halloween. So,
Mrs. B presents the drink of the week.
This came in while the intro was going on. So if you saw me on camera, I had my headphones off. I was taking notes because she had to run in, give it to me quick, and go upstairs because my son was waiting on the other side of the door to go watch a Halloween movie. So I am currently drinking. That's the wrong way. There you go. That's good enough.
I'll just bring you on solo. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
This is what's called a cherry firecracker. Ooh. It has vodka, amaretto, tart cherry juice, and some sugar, and it's rimmed with red sugar. And of course,
simple syrup again.
No simple syrup. And of course, there's the garnish of the cherries.
Which you love. You love the garnishes.
No, I hate the garnishes. I do like cherries. I hate the garnishes. And there's a little bit left.
Oh, you do have enough for a couple more sips. If you put the cherries in, they will absorb alcohol, and you will actually maybe get like a little kick off it.
There's the problem. It's not. I have to like push them down to like get inside the drink.
Well, you have napkins and everything. You're like Chef Roselle.
I have a napkin right here. I always have napkins here because these drinks I don't like sticky. And, sometimes my wife fills it up to the very top and it gets sticky. So I always have napkins around. And Mike Jolitz, he says, you should have an adios motherfucker. And if you don't know what that is, you got to go to Mike Jolitz's Facebook page. And it was a mix of a whole bunch of shit. And apparently this was on a Sunday evening that he and his wife did that. And
he had the day off. I don't know if
he didn't. He was texting me that morning. It had to be like 6 a.m. his time. and he's texting me that he was already at work. So he powered through. He said he had like 16 shots and powered through, and he made it to work.
And if you add Mike Jolitz, who you'll hear in a little bit right on the show here, if you add him on Facebook, ladies and gentlemen, stage by stage, he was posting the photos.
That's right.
And I mean, I know he's a soldier or a former soldier anyway, but I'm watching and I'm going, what a soldier.
I don't know.
I passed out on my face.
Well, that was the thing I said to him.
I guess I can come back on now. Hang on.
That was the thing I said to him because it was a Sunday night, and he's texting me Monday morning. I said, "Do you have off today? Because that's rough to do on a Sunday." He goes, "No, I'm already at work." He says, "I feel okay right now," and I didn't get an update after that, so I don't know if he went downhill eventually.
No, you got to understand. In Arizona, in where he lives, they get stung by scorpions and simply put polysporin on it. Nothing. The amount of alcohol they have in their body kills the scorpion.
Got it. Okay, that's that would make sense.
I mean, think of it. You got me the shirt in the magazine or poster about Doc Holliday.
Yes,
he had like tuberculosis, and he was one of the most deadliest guns in the West.
That's true. And he says he never felt bad and no hangover. So there you go. To your point, he drank all of those shots with. I mean, you got to look at the picture at all this various liquor.
I saw them. He wasn't texting me, but I saw them. And who's that weirdo? Charlie Sheen.
Mm-hmm.
I got tiger blood.
Right.
Well, Mike Jolitz has scorpion blood.
The Berserker, Mike the Berserker Jolitz has scorpion blood.
Scorpion blood. Yes. I proclaim it. Because you and I drink a lot, but sometimes we feel a wee bit fuzzy.
A little bit, yeah, sometimes.
Just a little bit. But that's because we do not have. So maybe in Vegas would probably be the best place to start this, or better yet, New York.
Mm-hmm.
Order some scorpions from Mike Jolitz and sting people as they randomly come out of the bar. Sell it to them as an elixir,
like an old timey 1837 horse and buggy. Your latest elixir.
Yes, snake oil.
Snake oil.
And like, hey, look, I can tell by the way you've fallen on your knees 18 times already. Oh, what do we got? We have a special feature coming on. Interrupting my...
I'm sorry. We're talking about snake oil. Suddenly Alexa over there pops up. Snake oil salesman, blah, 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 blah. I'm listening to the definition of what a snake oil salesman is from fucking Alexa over there.
Well, you're a Cave Crew Radio insider. What is it?
I was listening. I barely got it because you were talking, and I got my headphones on, and it just said that they were a person that sells elixirs, something. I missed the rest of it.
A scammer, basically. But
a scammer, yeah.
Look, when I don't know things, I do like you. I make things up. Listen to Alexa. She's probably got this AI database that's,
I want to know why that suddenly popped up, because I talk, every week we talk, we say things. Never does it pop up. Suddenly we start talking about snake oil salesmen and elixirs, and fucking Alexa's got an opinion back there.
So I think that could be a new segment. Instead of doing all these animated AI characters, we could have your thing there and go, "Hey Alexa, what happened when the guy drove the golf cart into the ambulance and yada yada yada?" You know what I mean? Like
That's right.
We could have a lot of fun with this. But
I would have to bring it over here, which I can do, and we could have a segment. Ask Alexa, and based upon stories that we've told on this show, have Alexa say what it says.
I think that would be original and unique. I have them around here too. But the problem with my house is we have the Google ones and we have the Alexa ones. And I just, we had fun when we first, hey, Alexa, tell us a joke. And it was like so stupid, right? Like, why don't monsters eat ghosts? I don't know. They sheet themselves. The jokes weren't that good.
Yeah, no, we did the same thing when we first got Alexa, and my kids loved it. They did the same thing. Tell us a joke and ha 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 and all this stuff, and now nobody ever uses it.
Yeah, I miss the clapper. Remember the thing that would turn again? My disease of infomercials. Remember, like the old couple sitting in bed. And
clap on, clap off.
Yeah, the
clap on, clap off. The clapper.
Yes, it was great. That was technology for me.
That's right. I forgot about your as seen on TV fetish, OCD fucking desire to get everything as seen on TV. Did you have a clapper?
No, that's one I didn't get. But I got to admit to you, even today, like before the football games or before the pre-show or at odd times a day, those fucking infomercials come on. And usually they're like those, the adult easy bake ovens, like the air fryers. But it's not your mom's air fryer, okay? This thing will do everything. It's a blender, an air fryer, an oven, a pizza oven, all in one. And then those, I bought those copper pans, and they are pretty good. But there's those pans that distribute the heat properly, and I gotta say, it's a 1 out of 5 normally. The one I've told you many times I loved is the ShamWow.
Yes, yeah. Oh, yes, you love yourself.
Still have ShamWows here, and they still work perfectly. And the copper pots and pans, they were another one. I bought the Japanese knife that cuts the tomato into a piece of paper.
Yes.
Yeah, it lasted for a week. So I said,
the Ginsu knife.
Yeah, maybe 2 out of 5 turn out to be.
I will tell you the guy that did the ShamWow infomercial, he also did an infomercial for something called the Slap Chop. I don't know if you know
that. Yeah.
I had a slap chop.
Yes.
Other than that, I don't think I've ever gotten an as seen on TV thing. And they have entire sections of Target called as seen on TV.
That's what I was going to say. In the mall, they have this as seen on TV store. And as my wife goes off to meaningful places, I go into and look, it's bad enough I got my credit card out. I think I was doing this. Maybe I was still doing this, but I doubt it, on the phone. And then that fucking idiot. But wait, there's more.
That's right.
Are you kidding me? You're going to get me the garlic press, and it doesn't smell when I use it. And X-ray eyeglasses to see through the oven door. And an oven mitt made of Teflon, all for a low price of 17 payments of $49.99.
But if you act now, we will send you a second set for just the cost of shipping, and we'll even knock one of those 17 payments off.
Yes.
So 16 payments of $49.95 for 2 sets. It can be
one
yours
for
now.
You, one for a loved one. Act now. Hi, I'm calling for. Hang on a minute. But if you act in the next 35 seconds, I'll call you back.
That's right. See, and that's the thing. I love when they say on those commercials, for the next 2 minutes only, you can get this deal. But this is pre-recorded.
Yeah.
It's, it airs at various times throughout the country. So it's always available, but that's how they get you to call up and say, oh, for the next 2 minutes, I got to do it right now. You don't have to, because it's
No,
always there.
it's the same way now with like the internet. You're getting email, and it might be something you're interested in, maybe a program or something that you're obviously getting emails from because you're interested in whatever they sell. Act now, and there's a counter at the top of the webpage. I guarantee if you go back in 6 weeks, it's going to be the same limited time offer.
Of course, 100%. That it's all the same scam,
Yeah,
just in different mediums.
And again, I don't think I'm Rain Man, but obviously I'm not as intelligent as I think I am because I like the ringmaster doing the commercial. Like they're so good.
Yeah, I've watched those, and I remember, back in the band days, I'd get home at 3-4 o'clock in the morning, and they'd have these overnight like QVC, but it was just overnight infomercials, like hour-long infomercials. And there was this guy that was selling knives, not the Ginsu knives, but like hunting knives and this and that. And if you buy a set of 4 pocket knives, we'll throw in this machete for free and this and that. And it was the exact same thing. But at that time, I'd sit there and go, man, if I had money, I would be buying these fucking knives like there's no tomorrow. Like I would arm myself to the teeth with these knives.
Now imagine if they had like a Viagra one.
Oh my God.
Online Act now. We guarantee 2 extra inches of girth to your penis. Jeez, I want to call now. Wait a minute. One more final offer. You'll be hung more than Ron Jeremy in 48 hours. Hang on, I gotta go.
Only if you act within the next 2 minutes.
Yeah. And then you get a cock that hangs that low, and you're like, you got a bad back because of it, and you're like, fuck, why did I do this?
And it hangs out of your shorts and all of this. It's a hassle.
Yes.
Now, what is the last thing and when that you bought from As Seen on TV, infomercial, whatever, whether it be from TV or from the As Seen on TV store?
I think it was the copper pants. Because I don't do that as much anymore because now you can go on Amazon and you can kind of look things up and see reviews.
Yep.
So I'm more leaning that way. I still watch them, but I'm like, okay, can I get this on Amazon? And 9 times out of 10, you can. So I think it was those, I can't remember what they were called, but they're like copper colored pots and pans. Ladies and gentlemen, they're amazing. It was not a waste of money.
I know what you're talking about. I don't remember the name either, but I know what you're talking about.
But
I think literally the only thing I've ever gotten was the slap chop.
Okay.
And that was it.
Oh, and I got the wife that thing that spins and washes the floor too. But she still has that. I can't remember.
You're talking about like the robo thing that
listen,
vacuums?
I bought cassette series, back in the days, so I could my memory and learn to speak Taiwanese and
oh my God.
I used to get all but young and naive. I mean, now I gotta admit I Google everything. Okay, that looks cool. If it's on the TV, it's online. Kind of investigate it a little more, get some reviews, and it's not so bad.
How much do you owe still?
I don't know.
No. Listen. How much do you still owe to Columbia House?
Oh, geez. Okay. Well, that's another story. And we got to get into talking FLA. But again, this is where I was a smart kid. This is where I was smart. I would order it, change my name to my middle name.
Mm.
I must have got, I don't want to exaggerate, 80 cassettes. Without ever buying one of my 3 mandatory ones.
Oh, look at you.
Well, they were everywhere. Every magazine you open, and I put my sister's name. I put, and I probably ruined everyone I know's credit. But I don't even have a cassette. I don't even know where those cassettes are. But yes, I did do that. And just to add to this, before we go talking FLA, or should we do Mike first? I don't know. Did you used to be kind and rewind?
Yes.
The VHS tapes?
Yes, I always did. I think maybe once or twice I had forgotten, and like when you get to the store, they open it to check, and they're like, "You didn't rewind this; it's like an extra $1." And then they always seemed, I don't know how it is by you, but they always seemed so perturbed, and that I put them out like, this was the worst thing on the planet, that they had to put it in the rewind machine.
Yeah,
they're like,
fucking thing. My rewind took 25 minutes, but you've got this, like an infomercial, a Blockbuster infomercial.
Right.
And you're fucking charging me $1.
They were so angry that they had to rewind it on those times that I forgot. But generally, yes, I would always rewind the tape.
And then you're not in line for the newest releases, right? Oh, I heard blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, no, you don't rewind. But there's 3 copies. No, they're reserved.
No. You can't get Lethal Weapon. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You don't rewind your tapes.
And I know you're a wrestling fan, just really quick, and then we'll go off. That's where I used to see the old NWA, WCW, and the WWF, I guess, was in pay-per-views. They come out on video because there was no pay-per-view if you didn't go see it. And that's where I used to get all that stuff.
That was great when I'd go to, there was a local video store here called Captain Video. This was before Blockbuster. We had the local video stores.
Yeah.
And we had a local video store called Captain Video. And we'd go in, and there was a specific wrestling section where you'd see all the Coliseum video, which is all the WWF stuff, the Macho Man tape, the Roddy Piper tape. Then you'd have like Starcade, and all of this. I was like, oh, this is awesome. Now I can see all the cool wrestling stuff. And I'd spend hours in that section thumbing through, picking out the best ones.
Yeah. And then have special like Wednesday night 2-for-1s.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And then when Best Buy came about, that's when they started selling popcorn and Twizzlers and all this. So it would be a night. You would go to Best Buy, Blockbuster,
yeah,
and like I would go with my wife when we were dating. We'd go to Blockbuster. All right, what movie you want to watch? We'd pick out a movie or two. Make sure we got our popcorn and candy from the counter, and then that was the night. That was the thing.
Those were the days, ladies and gentlemen.
Our kids will never know the joy of going to the video store.
Exactly. Xbox Gold and all this crap, and Disney and Netflix, and and we use it too, but it's not the same as picking out that movie. And you had no other choice, right? You had that video. This looks really good. You're stuck. You watched the whole fucking thing.
Absolutely. Oh, but remember, if you would go to the video store and there was that one movie that you wanted, right? And it was a popular movie, whatever it was, and there was one copy left, and you grabbed it, but you may want something else. So you held on to it until you decided which one you were going to get, because somebody else may come and take that shit and be gone with it. So you hoarded that while you were in the store.
So you were playing Blockbuster Snafu.
I was cock blocking Blockbuster.
Oh God! Hang on a minute.
Mike says while you're writing things down, Mike says he already told me, but he has 2 surprises for next week. Mike, can you text me, because I don't remember you telling me that you had surprises for next week?
Well, you can't. If there's surprises, you can't.
He says he already told me, but I don't remember. I'd have to go back through the text messages.
So who was drinking that Sunday? Was it him or you?
I don't remember him telling me that he had surprises.
Anyway, I don't know about you, but I need a break. I know the original plan was half of the Florida, but let's get Jolitz in now. I might have to do a mid-show pee.
Oh my God.
But we'll get back. Ladies and gentlemen, friend of the show, great segment. We love it. I did have to report earlier, no Twitter shits tonight, which breaks my heart, but I know they're hard and I know a lot of work goes into it. But we do have Mike reads the news on the other side of this, talking FLA.
And now, Cave Crew Radio presents Mike Reads the News with Mike Jolitz.
Hello, Cave Crew Radio. Hello, listeners around the world. Hello to you, DK, and hello, Sir Big B. Today is October the 20th. I hope you guys are doing well. And it is now time for Mike Reads the News. In NFL news, the Sharpnose lost to the Rams, the Jets shocked the Eagles, the cheating Chiefs beat the Broncos for the 18th straight time, and the Vikings beat Chicago. The Bears still suck. The Packers had a bye week, thank God. Oh, and the Cowgirls won, too. Skip Bayless is back with Undisputed on ESPN. Eat the Ocho. Dick Sherman is the co-host. I can't watch anything with Skip. It's a blowhard. That hasn't changed and never will. Colin Kaepernick announced he will be the backup quarterback on the U.S. national flag football team for the 2028 Olympics. That's nice to hear that. Good for him. The Las Vegas Aces repeated and won back-to-back WNBA championships. Congrats, ladies. The championship parade was held at the sponsor casino where the team had a celebratory dinner buffet with a family of 5 from Provo wearing white I Love DP t-shirts. And finally in the news, the Diamondbacks took Game 3 from the Philadelphia Phillies yesterday in Phoenix. They're down 2-1, and they're playing Game 4 right now. Go D-backs. Alrighty, guys, that does it for the very sports-heavy news this week. And it is now time for some tidbits. They're not headlines. They're just little tiny pieces of shit. Yeah. The Colorado Buffaloes blew a 29-point halftime lead against Stanford last Saturday. Actor Burt Young, who played Paulie in the Rocky movies, passed away. Oh, no. Suzanne Summers also passed this week. Oh, no. And finally, in the tidbits, Tropical Storm Tammy is headed towards the Caribbean islands. It's going to deflect off into the ocean. Oh, yeah. Alrighty, guys, that does it for this Mike Reads the News and Tidbits. I will be back next week, I'm hoping, with some Twitter shits as well. Later, everybody. Tschüss, ciao, and auf Wiedersehen. Bye-bye.
I've lost Big B. See if we can find him here. No, Big B has dropped. I am somehow alone on an island. Anyway, yeah, Tropical Storm Tammy. I don't think that's going to happen. Hang on, Big B's ready, folks. Let me. God, I didn't feel like talking for another 45 minutes. Okay, he'll be up here in a second. Did you get hit by Tropical Storm Tammy?
I didn't even know. Like, I heard you and I saw you. You said I dropped. I'm looking at you. I was like, oh shit, what happened? I didn't even know I dropped.
Oh,
so I just X'd out and came back in.
All right, he's back. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I've talked a lot for you. I've given you my opinions on a lot of things from the olden days. I mentioned earlier, I'm dressed like this for a reason. And for the past few weeks, we haven't done any talking FLA, but we've got a lot of it today. So let's talk some FLA.
Cave Crew Radio presents Florida in the News.
Cave Crew.
Yes, we promised. We promised twice, but tonight we're doing it. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a plethora of talking FLA stories for you, which is, of course, stay till the end. Big B wants you to stay until the end. The best story is last.
Even
chop out some of the crap, we will.
That's what I was going to say. Even if we have to skip stories, the last story of the night, you will want to stick around for.
It'll be an award winner. But here's a story about a he, she, whatever it is, just selling some weed.
First story of the night comes from Yahoo. Headline reads, Florida man just trying to make some extra money, caught with over 180 grams of weed in the car.
That's more than extra.
I don't know how much 180 grams is.
Back in the day, 1957, probably about $10 a gram if you're buying that small a portion.
That would be
by bulk, like everything else.
That would have been $1,800 in 1957 terms.
Right.
Today, probably you're talking about 50 grand.
0.9% inflation. You do the math.
In Biden's economy, that's probably about $50,000 now.
Yeah. Just a little bit of extra money, he said.
Just a little bit. A 22-year-old man was arrested after he was found with over a dozen baggies of marijuana in his car, according to the Marion County Sheriff's Office. Deshaun Wright was arrested and charged with possession of marijuana with the intent to distribute after he told deputies he was just trying to make some extra money. Wright was pulled over on Friday when deputies saw his car didn't have working tag lights. Deputies utilized a canine, which led to a positive alert on the car. Inside the car, deputies found a green backpack with a container with a green leafy substance inside, plus empty plastic baggies, a tray, and scale. They also found cash.
The scale always gets you. That's what they use
that is a 100% giveaway that you are trying to distribute.
Yep. They used to tell us, have as much weed as you want and say it's for yourself. You got a scale.
Who used to tell you that?
Oh, dude, I grew up in the boomer years. The love is love.
All the aforementioned baggies and paraphernalia field tested positive for marijuana and marijuana residue. After Wright was arrested, he told deputies he was just trying to make some extra money. He also said he bought the weed from a guy on top of the world.
I love it. Hang on.
Wright said he didn't know how much weed there was because he doesn't weigh it. He has a scale, but he doesn't weigh it.
Right.
The 22-year-old was also admitted. The 22-year-old also admitted to intending to sell the black baggies of marijuana, but said the money on the floor wasn't related to his drug dealing. He said he doesn't make that much selling it, adding that he sells a bag for $25. Deputies weighed the marijuana and found in the car and said they found a total of 122 grams in a big bag and 59 grams in the 13 small baggies and THC container for a total of 181 grams. Wright posted $2,000 bond and was released from the Marion County Jail. I have one thing to say. I have said it over and over again when we read these stories. Whenever you are committing a crime or have something illegal in your car, make sure everything fucking works. Make sure you do the speed limit. You stop at every stop sign. You use your turn signal at every opportunity you can, and you will not be caught. In this instance,
do not consume the product.
And as we would say, don't shit where you eat.
Yes, very good.
In this instance, Wright was pulled over on Friday when deputies saw his car didn't have working tag lights. Now, if you don't know what tag lights are, that's the little tiny light bulb right above your license plate. that illuminates it when your headlights come on, so the
They
police
will
can
look for
see
everything.
your license plate.
Now, I have truck drivers that work with me, and one of the things that is mandatory and one of the things that I observe is the pre-trip inspection.
Right.
Maybe these bad guys need to educate themselves a little bit. Just say it.
I mean, and I see it like I watch live PD all the time, and it always starts off as a simple traffic stop where there's a brake light out, a headlight out. A lot of times the tag light is out. They didn't signal making a turn. If you're in the right lane, you didn't turn into the immediate right lane. You went over to the far left lane as you made. Don't do stupid shit like that, and you'll get away with it.
Yes, 9 times out of 10.
You're not raising suspicion if you're following all the traffic laws. Do an inspection of your car, like you said, the pre-drive inspection for the truck drivers. They have to do it all the time to make sure they are safe on the road, make sure everything is working properly, so they don't get pulled over. Do the same fucking thing.
Yeah. Don't be the little old lady from Pasadena. Don't be that person.
Don't be that person. If you did it, you and your 180 grams of weed could be on your merry way, and you could be selling it for your extra money.
Yes. And getting all the candy and popcorn you want at Blockbuster.
That's right. There's only one left.
Next story.
The next one comes from NBC2.com. Headline reads, naked man arrested after sneaking into Collier County home, masturbating, and touching a woman. A naked homeless man was arrested after sneaking into a woman's Collier County home and touching her while he masturbated early Sunday morning. According to the Collier County Sheriff's Office,
was she just sitting there enjoying it, or like I have questions already?
Well,
a homeless guy that stinks of fucking whatever.
We will find out in mere seconds. According to Collier County Sheriff's Office, deputies responded to a burglary around 3:55 a.m. A woman told deputies she was lying in bed when a naked man she didn't know was masturbating by the side of her bed and trying to grab her. The victim told the man to stop touching her and pushed his hand away multiple times. She said he was trying to keep her quiet and not let deputies know he was there.
While he continued to masturbate.
While he continued to masturbate. That's right. Nothing will stop him. She said her back slider door was open and that the man could have shimmied through it or crawled through a doggy door at the side of the home. When deputies entered the home, a naked man identified as Carlos Lozanos Lara, who is 22 years old.
Oh, that 22 is the magic number tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Play the lottery. 22 years old.
Ran from the dining room to a bathroom and tried to hide in the bathtub because they will never find you lying in the bathtub when you purposely run into a bathroom and close the door. They will think magic happens and you have disappeared.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't done it in a while, so I don't know how loud it is. So I'm not sure what woke her up. Is it because he smelled like salmonella in a petri dish, or what? What actually woke this woman up from the homeless guy?
Again, that's a detail that is not told. I would assume, and of course we're going to make things up, I would assume that she's a light sleeper and being touched by the man, she lives alone, I would assume, and not used to, is not expecting to be touched. Suddenly she's waking up to being touched and is a weird feeling.
Okay.
A deputy tried to handcuff Lozanos Lara, but he pulled away and ripped them from the officer's hands, throwing them to the ground.
Oh.
After struggling multiple times to put the handcuffs on the man, the deputy took him to the ground while he continued to resist. I want to know, was his pants down at this time?
Well, I'm thinking, yeah, he's running. I don't know if you've ever like been putting your clothes on or had your pants around your ankle. All of a sudden you got shit. You're doing the curly shuffle, right?
He's doing the duck waddle, trying to fucking resist arrest, doing the duck waddle. Get away from me.
And he's winning.
And at this point, he is winning. During the scuffle, Lozano's Laura kicked the deputy and tried biting his arm. He eventually was put into handcuffs and leg shackles. While being taken to the patrol vehicle, he tried to grab a deputy's taser from the holster, but was unsuccessful. He was ultimately charged with sexual battery.
When he was put in the ankle shackles,
what?
Did he pull his pants up yet?
It doesn't say, so I'm going to say no.
No. So he's still there with his schlong hanging out. Poor guy didn't get to come.
Well, this is what he was charged with. He was charged with sexual assault, burglary, resisting an officer with violence, battery on a person 65 years of age or older. And he was taken to the Naples jail.
Listen, if you're going to rob a jewelry store, you don't take sterling silver. Go for the 5-carat diamond ring. Why would you not go in to like a 25-year-old beautiful blonde's house? Why would you be masturbating in front of Granny like you're the fucking wolf in Little Red Riding Hood? Just saying. It's a matter of preference. I have not masturbated in anyone's bedroom other than my own.
Are you sure about that?
I'm positive.
Never once in your entire life have you slept over someone's house. Have you gone to a hotel, anywhere else but your domicile, no matter where you were living at the time, your domicile, have you masturbated?
I will not poop in a public washroom.
Really?
I'm very vanilla. I know it's hard to understand on this show, but if I'm going to whack a jack, I'm going to make sure I'm somewhere where I'm comfortable and no one's going to walk in, and I'm certainly not going to end up in shackles.
I'm trying to find the next story. I can't find it.
Oh, okay. We're done with that.
Yeah, that was the end. I'm trying to read the headlines of we got 9,000 stories that I'm going through.
Yeah,
I
it's
can't
my birthday.
find this one.
It's his birthday in a hot tub.
Yeah, I'm looking for it, and oh, okay, yeah, here it is. Okay,
all right.
Good that you said birthday because that's what was in the headline. Okay, I usually as when I type you the stories, I try to include something that's in the link headline so I can easily see it. And I didn't put birthday in what I sent you, so when you said birthday, that's when I found
it. And same thing. So when I'm saving the pictures, I try to imagine what Big B is going to throw at me. And sometimes we're so much on opposite sides of the spectrum, I got to go through every story to figure out what picture I need.
But I can tell by the picture you put up, we are on the same page.
All right. We always are. It's been a long time.
This next story comes from local10.com. The headline reads, nude Hialeah man screams, "It's my birthday today," after touching himself in a hot tub.
Yeah. That warm weather, it didn't affect me that way in Florida. Back to your previous question, I was not just randomly touching myself in different places.
See, but you're only there for a week or two at a time. These people live there in constant heat and humidity. It's got to affect them at some point.
Yeah.
You're just happy you're out of the cold Canada air into a nice warm place in Florida. Yes, the humidity sucks, but you'll live with it for a week or two. These people live there permanently, and eventually it gets to them.
They're dehydrated, they cannot pee, and they want to make sure their penises are still functioning.
That's right.
Yeah.
A Hialeah man was arrested in his birthday suit on his birthday at a resort in the Florida Keys, according to deputies, And what he's accused of doing in the hot tub has landed him in hot water with the law. Authorities arrested Julio Daniel Rodriguez Copiel. Holy
Is he
fuck with his name.
22?
Doesn't say.
Oh, okay.
No, he is not 22. I saw later.
Broke the streak.
Authorities arrested Julio Daniel Rodriguez Copiel Monday on a warrant related to the August 20th incident, according to the Monroe County Sheriff's Office. MCSO spokesperson Adam Leinhart said Rodriguez Copiel was in the buff just before 7:25 a.m. in the hot tub at the Playa Resort and Spa, located at 97450 Overseas Highway in Key Largo. Put that on our map.
We need to have a convention there.
When witnesses saw him expose and touch himself in the view of a female employee. After a male employee confronted Rodriguez Copel, he screamed, "It's my birthday today!" and ran towards US 1 before driving back to Miami-Dade County. Was he naked when he was driving?
So wait a minute. He wasn't even staying in the Keys. He drove there, jumped in the hot tub in his birthday suit, shocked the shit out of some poor Cuban maid, hopped in his car, dressed or undressed, we got to fill in the blank, and went back to Miami.
Right.
What a great birthday. Mine are so boring. My birthdays are so boring.
The best birthday, the most active birthday I ever had was my 21st birthday. I actually played a benefit show, and I was hammered before I even went on. Oh. So that was the extent of it. I wasn't naked. I wasn't in a hot tub, and I wasn't touching myself.
Well, my 19th birthday, back way when, I was driving my dad's Thunderbird, vomiting out the window, and still drove, and I'm still alive.
There you go. We all have those kind of stories.
Driver. I drank. I can't remember, but I want to say I had like 25 draft beers.
Mm-hmm.
And I was hammered. I was probably seeing double, but I was vomiting and still managed.
Yep. Oh, we've all been there. I mean, we've drank Goldschlager, Cisco, malt liquor, 40s of fucking Budweiser. We drank all this shit when we were that age, vomited everywhere, and still made it, and still are alive today to tell the tale.
That is one thing we will not tell you, ladies and gentlemen, is we have not vomited.
No, I've it's a story for another day, but I vomited in a taxi on the way to a strip club.
You told that story.
Oh, I did, on the way to a strip club.
You told us all those stories.
Okay, I forgot. So there you go. Look it up.
Is there a way, while we're on this, I know you're finishing a story and we got to kind of move along. Is there a way to get like a chronological wiki of Cave Crew Radio? Do you think AI could do that? Like scan all our shows? And we tell people, refer to season 7 1B.
Only if you have keyworded every show, which I know you haven't. That would be the only way, because then you could try to search keywords. If you didn't keyword, which I'm positive you didn't keyword everything.
No, I've keyworded like Raymond the Image comic, Choo Choo Mania, Mike Jolis Mania, Believe It or What. Oh, that's in there. But I mean, these stories are little gaps inside the egg.
Nope. Only if they were specifically keyworded.
Like, it's not, I'm busy tonight, I don't have time for Cave Crew Radio. Then make a couple hours during your lunch break, during the week. We're on podcasts. You have missed so much.
Yep.
This is the icing on the cake. Trust me.
Well, we were talking about what we did back in our 20s. Yep. According to deputies, it was in fact the suspect's birthday. He turned 34.
Oh, I don't know if I vomited when I was 34.
By the time I was 34, well, no, let me rephrase. I went through a very dark time and was drunk all the time. So, when I was 34, yes, I was drunk all the fucking time.
But did you vomit?
Yeah, I vomited.
Oh, okay.
I think I was arrested at one point. Yeah, good times. Leinart said authorities issued an arrest warrant after witnesses identified Rodriguez Copiel as the suspect and was booked into the Monroe County Jail Monday on charge of indecent exposure. He was later released from jail, and records don't indicate a future court date as of Tuesday afternoon.
Tomorrow's promises are today's bonanzas, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy it while you can. Enjoy it while you can. Is that it for that one?
That was it for that one.
All right. So I don't think anyone else is touching themselves. Oh, but wait a minute. I spoke too soon.
Yep.
How
Now,
you can make illegal Viagra. I can't wait to hear this story. I have not read it.
Now, remember, ladies and gentlemen, when I read these stories, I put them in a specific order, so they all kind of tie together. We just heard of a man touching himself in a hot tub. Today, we will hear about a man who helps people touch themselves.
Yeah, for long periods of time.
That's right.
You might add.
This next one comes from CBS News for Miami. The headline reads, Florida man accused of illegal erectile dysfunction pill plot.
Oh, I make that a show name if I can pronounce it and write it.
Erectile dysfunction pill plot.
All right, I got it.
A 77-year-old Central Florida man was arrested by the feds accused of having thousands of dollars worth of illegal pills used to treat erectile dysfunction. The Villages, my favorite place to get stories in Florida.
He's in the Villages and he's 77. Does he have one of those, like, what do you call? What color was his pom-pom on the golf cart?
Oh, the loofah sponge or whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah.
The Villages, with homes sprawling through multiple counties, is considered one of the largest retirement communities in the nation, and my favorite place to get stories. A place where senior romances
verify stories of orgies and sexual misconduct, and no need to go to Amsterdam in the red light district, ladies and gentlemen. Just go to the fucking Villages in Florida. Take your glasses off, get stoned. You're there. You're whacking off in front of a 65-year-old.
Well, as they say, this is a place where senior romances bloom like spring flowers. The kind of place where one particular prescription pill could be in huge demand. The kind that treats erectile dysfunction. They're trying to do the right thing, and I'm trying to do the right thing too, said Reginald Kinser, who was accused in the illegal plot. According to federal investigators, Kinser had more than $1,800 worth of the pills, which were off-brand, stashed in his house. Pills he allegedly got without a prescription from a licensed doctor, with plans to redistribute the drugs in and outside of the state.
Could you imagine the pool party in the Village if he roofied every single senior in that place? I mean,
let me tell you,
jocks would be banging out of their shorts like hell well before 1957.
Let me tell you, Bill Cosby got nothing on fucking Kinser.
Yeah. This guy's good. He deserves a Netflix series.
Needless to say, Kinser has become somewhat of a folklore legend in the Villages. Quote, "We consider him to be the neighborhood pharmacist," said one man. "Absolutely, that's what we do. Help a girl out," said a woman. Kinser is facing a charge that could lead to a year-long stint in federal prison, which leaves his legions of fans even more confused than why he was arrested in the first place.
He's 77.
He's 77.
He's Viagra. Leave him be.
He is 77, helping people have sexual relations. In my opinion, he is not doing anything wrong.
No.
I say, you know that saying, not all heroes wear capes.
Right.
As far as the villages go, this is the hero that doesn't wear a cape. Leave him be. Let the villages residents get hard. Let them have ridiculous, sick, twisted, loofah sponged orgies if they want to. They're 97 years old and they're going to die in 3 months. Let them live their lives to the fullest.
Right. He's like a modern day prophet. It reminds me of that movie. Speaking of VHS's, Richie from Happy Days directed it. Cocoon.
Cocoon.
He's a modern day Cocoon.
That's right. Leave him alone.
Let him do what he's doing. My God, if I was in a wheelchair and I could bounce on my penis like a pogo stick to get into the bedroom, I'd be all over this.
He's like Robin Hood. He's the erectile dysfunction version of Robin Hood.
Yes.
Leave him alone. He's doing good for the people.
Moses parted the Red Sea. He's putting the red into the bone.
That's right. Leave him alone.
I have no idea where they get their lubricant from, but that's another story.
I mean, you could buy that in any CVS around. That's perfectly legal. I'm sure in the villages, especially in the loofah crowd, there are lubricants abundant.
Lots of KY.
Lots of KY, lots of maybe Vaseline if needed, lots of
aloe.
Some aloe, some hand. Was it the hand?
Yeah, I'd watch for the strong perfumes. Not that I'm an expert, but I would think that there could be some irritants in hand cream.
But you never know.
Not that I know, folks. I just surmise. Anyway, he is our modern day Robin Hood. And I know you don't have the wig handy and we don't have time for it, but we should proclaim him as innocent before the Isle of Stenchlandia.
Even though I'm not in the capacity of judge, jury, and executioner of the highest court of Huron Stench Alley, I will say in Stenchlandia, he is more than welcome to come. He is completely innocent. He is doing a service to the people. He is more than welcome to become a resident of Stenchlandia and distribute his wares.
Right. Imagine him as like one of those Shriner clowns, in the parades and they're throwing candy.
Yes.
He's got his basket and he's just fucking throwing blue shit to everyone. And they feel alive again.
Leave him alone. He's doing good things.
Hurting anyone. And at no point did they say any of this blue pill sex was non-consensual, which would add to more problems.
Right. He's not distributing crack or heroin or meth. He's distributing erectile dysfunction pills so they could still live their lives like human beings. Leave him alone.
If he lives long enough and we can find him and maybe has Facebook, we get him on the show.
I would love to talk to Reginald Kinser.
Yeah. As long as he's not like filming people once they take it.
Well, then that would be really weird.
Okay, so we still have a bunch of stories and not a lot of time. Is there any you want to drop? Maybe get down to 2 or 3?
Well,
you want to throw?
Oh, well, we have to.
The break into jail?
No. Where are we here? So, well, I think we need to do the painful wedgie.
Well, yeah, guaranteed. What about break into jail?
Well, that was after the painful wedgie. So we could do the painful wedgie, we could do break into jail, and then we could do the greatest story
of them all. So, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to proclaim.
All right, now I got to find it. Hold on. So you talk while
You're finding for the first one. I need to proclaim. I don't think this has ever happened on the show. We recycle things and we'll say, yeah, we're going to do Florida next week. There is a inappropriate yoga story and two guys fighting over chickens that you're never going to hear about because I've had them for a month.
And we keep not using them.
And they get the beep. So I'm starting with the Disney World. I like this
yes.
one too.
Yes. Yep.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Well, we'll discuss this once we get there. Disney World, ladies and gentlemen, which is also in Florida.
Yes, we are going to ktvz.com, which is News Channel 21. This comes from a CNN news source. The headline reads, "Couple suing Disney World claims water slide caused painful wedgie and severe injury."
Real quick, have you ever enjoyed wedgie?
No.
Me either. All right. Anyway.
This comes from Lake Buena Vista, Florida. A couple is now suing Disney World after they say a water slide caused a painful wedgie and severe injury. The lawsuit filed in Orange County on Wednesday is focused on Typhoon Lagoon and the 214-foot water slide there called Humunga Cowabunga.
Humunga Cowabunga. Excuse me.
According to Disney, people plummet down a near vertical 5-story drop. Riders go without a raft or a tube. The complaint said riders can reach speeds approaching 40 miles per hour, and before they go down the slide, they are told to cross their legs at the ankles. The lawsuit said in this woman's case, when she went down the slide, near the end, her body lifted up. She became airborne, and she was slammed downward against the slide, which increased the likelihood of her legs becoming uncrossed.
Ooh.
The document said that, and her impact into the standing water at the bottom caused a painful wedgie and immediate bleeding.
Oh, come on. She thought she was locked inside a wigwam or something. This is not going to bleed from a fucking wedgie. Well, that was a very high slide, but you should have to sign something before you ride.
Yeah, I would assume they signed a waiver or something. The lawsuit said an ambulance took the wife to a hospital, and she was eventually taken to another hospital for a specialist. It continued on to say that she suffered severe and permanent bodily injury to her private area and damage to her internal organs.
Okay, she wasn't victim of what did they used to do? They used to like remove the clitoris or something from the vagina. You know that thing they used to do in like Africa.
Right, I was just say that's mutilation.
Mutilation. Thank you. She got a wedgie. All right, and it may have been a little bit of pain. You might have like aggravated your hemorrhoids. I have no idea, but not permanent.
Right. And I will say, with a 99% vote of confidence, she did not suffer permanent bodily injury or damage to her internal organs.
You lady were embarrassed because your bathing suit turned into a thong and your cottage cheese fucking ass was hanging all over the place.
Now she and her husband are suing Disney for more than $50,000. They are accusing the company of negligence and say Disney failed to provide her and other riders with proper protective clothing and failed to warn them of inherent dangers. The lawsuit had said had Disney warned her about the risk, she would not have gone down the slide.
You do these rides 200 and whatever you said feet.
214.
You're a thrill seeker. So I've told you before, like how I don't like roller coasters, and I'll be the guy that holds the purse. And my wife and my son, they loved them. They were thrill seekers. No one complained of whiplash or my butt hurts because I bounced off the. You're doing that because you're a thrill seeker. What kind of protective gear do you want? An ass tampon?
Right.
Like, I don't get it.
I I can't speak for this ride, but in general, these places, when you buy tickets to these, because you don't just walk, you have to buy tickets, right?
Right. There's warnings. Do you have heart problems? Do you have,
Right.
whatever?
So
You're wearing a wig.
every
and they
ticket,
fall out.
whether you buy a pass to all the rides or you buy a ticket to this specific ride, there is fine print.
Yeah.
And in that fine print, it tells you, we are not responsible for this. We're not responsible for that. You assume the risk. It indemnifies Disney for all of this stuff. So their lawsuit is going to go absolutely nowhere except give Disney some bad headlines, which
Right.
I'm sure they could give a shit about.
They might pay off just to avoid the bad press. Have you gone on a water slide? Like I remember this one time, and I don't do them anymore, but then I started wearing t-shirts because I remember going down a few. They're like fiberglass, right? And getting scratches on my back, but I never sued anyone.
See, I can't swim, so I do not go on any of these water slides or anything like that.
Oh. They're normally fun. And yes, the odd time you gotta pull out the seam from your ass. But
I mean they're all kind of, you understand what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You see the person before you doing the exact same thing. They tell you to cross your legs at the ankles. I can almost guarantee that she either sat up, uncrossed her legs, did something to cause her to go airborne. Because if figure they're doing 500 to 1,000 people a day.
Yeah.
If every single one of them have gone down okay, except for her, she did something wrong.
She opened her legs, and that's the reason she had to get married at 18 in the first place.
Ooh, like a shotgun wedding.
Yeah, I mean, look, I've been on like even those things that spin at the carnivals and stuff with my kid, and my elbow's a little sore when I don't fucking freak out. I didn't sue them when I got diarrhea from the cotton candy. Like, I mean, shit happens.
But this is 2023. People look to sue for anything and try to get a quick buck out of anything and go viral.
And just like you saw, nothing to do with Florida or water slides, but you were in the group chat with me. Bacon, who is 100 times calmer than me on the bench, has been suspended because he spoke to a player and a referee. It's why I left. It's why I just do this. It's why I live in my little bubble and go to work, come home. My family knows me. They accept me. They call me Archie Bunker in the neighborhood. Everything's fine. This world is fucked up.
That is 100% correct.
Like, come on. You had a bad ride. Honey, I'm never going to do that again. Okay? Maybe you can't sit for 2 hours. You're fine.
I think that's what they call a Karen.
Yeah, among other things.
Yes.
Anyway, 2 more stories. We're running good now.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are almost to the point of the greatest story
greatest,
ever.
Could be greatest all-time story, but at least the greatest throwing story. So if you've lasted this long, squeeze it tight. You can pee in a bit. It's what I do every week. Yeah, this was kind of weird. We've watched movies. There's television shows, Prison Break, Alcatraz, Papillon. Everyone breaks out of jail.
That's right. Shawshank Redemption.
Shawshank Redemption, another good one. There's hundreds of them we can list. I have never heard, and Florida will bring us this, breaking in to a jail.
This next story comes from themessenger.com. Headline reads, Florida man caught on camera breaking into jail in bizarre scene. A homeless man in Florida was caught on camera breaking into jail. The Lake County Sheriff's Office called the incident a bizarre and unusual scene. A shirtless Michael Ray Few, who is 41, can be seen using an X-ray security machine portal as a pathway into the Lake County Detention Center on Thursday night. He can be seen hiding after initially setting off a metal detector by walking through it. He then again strolls through the upright metal detector a couple of times before diving headfirst onto the X-ray machine's conveyor belt and crawling through it, emerging on the other side by falling to the ground. Few then opens an apparently unlocked door to the jail, but he makes it only a few feet before he's picked up and slammed to the ground by deputies, tased, and arrested. Officers said they found a meth pipe on Few while searching for him, and after he was taken into custody. Few was transported to a healthcare facility afterward for evaluation due to his mental state. Few now faces charges for burglary of an occupied structure, felony criminal mischief, battery on a law enforcement officer, and introducing contraband into a secured facility. His total bond was set at $27,000. He is reportedly still in the hospital as of Friday afternoon.
And this is big. So for you and I, ladies and gentlemen, we're more responsible now. Like we speak, we're in our own little bubble. We try to avoid everything at any cost. This guy, prison was his Shangri-La, his Xanadu. He's thinking a warm place, a real toilet, and free food. Right? The soup kitchen is probably right down the fucking street. But this is.
But I have a question. How did he make it that far? How did he make it that far into the jail without anybody? I mean, jails are 24 hours, right? It's not like jails close. People get arrested all hours of the day and night. How is it that nobody was there as he's, crawling through X-ray machines and going through this and going through that? It was only when he opened the door that he got arrested.
And the door was unlocked.
Another question.
In a jail is any door unlocked?
Never should a door in any jail be unlocked. It's always, you go to a certain point, you open the door, you let them in, you close the door, then you open the next door. So they're always boxed in somewhere. It's never just open doors, especially in Florida where all this shit happens.
And yet we're persecuting this guy. I'm really on the side of the criminals tonight, other than the guys that were jacking off. But here he is. He's playing Lara Croft Tomb Raider. He's fucked up on meth. The guy needs a break. Who left the jail door unlocked? He should have been stuck in the lobby after he was X-rayed, rode the conveyor belt.
Well, not for nothing. There should have been somebody at the X-ray and conveyor belt waiting for the next group of people that have been arrested that night on FLA to come through.
It's a jail. This isn't like the woman not signing the form at Disney World saying you might have a wedgie if you don't cross your legs. It is a prison. What the fuck were the sheriff and his deputies and the wardens and all those dudes doing?
Apparently nothing.
My whole key to this entire story, if I'm not a lawyer, but if I was, why was the fucking door unlocked? And then you tase the shit of the whole bastard. I don't think he was going to kill anyone. I don't know what set off the metal detector. I'm assuming it's the meth pipe. You're fucking zapping this guy, and he's still in the fucking hospital on a $27,000 bond. Let alone his bill. He probably doesn't have medical insurance.
So you raise a good point. He went through a metal detector. I'm sure he set it off. Did nobody hear the metal detector? They still waited behind the open door for him to come in.
Right.
Like,
not now, Ronnie. It could be a zombie attack. I'm going to finish my Jello.
Right. Like, you know, I don't know what goes on in Florida. I've never been there.
It's actually a pretty fun place, and I've never seen any of this stuff. I've told you this a million times, but all right, ladies and gentlemen, we got to kick this one off with a drum roll because Big B, like I threw this at him and I said, you might want to add this to the Talking FL, and he goes, oh my God, put it at the end. This is the best one yet. So any of you that have been with us for a while, we've been doing throwing stories the past year, I'm going to say. And Baby proclaims that this is why you've hung out until the end.
That's right. So you know that I like when people throw odd things at each other during arguments. That's why they're always the last story of the night. It's fun. And my favorite leading into this was the chicken wings that were thrown at somebody, where they proclaimed in the story that sauce was on the chin, shoulder, and neck of the person that was hit by the chicken wing.
And see, I think that was like the first one.
That was the first one.
There was pizza. There was toasters.
There was barbecues.
There's barbecues. There was all these different things. So anyway, here we are. What do we got tonight?
This could be the greatest one. And as I am telling the story, follow the sausage. Okay, keep that in mind.
All right.
Follow the sausage. This final story of the night comes from Fox 35 Orlando. The headline reads, Florida woman hurls sausage at gas station cashier during heated argument. Now follow the sausage.
We're following it, Big B. If I had a whiteboard, I'd put it up on the screen, but
It's like the little follow the bouncing ball as the song goes on. Follow the sausage as I say it. A Florida woman was arrested after she threw a sausage and a Coke can at a gas station cashier during a heated altercation, according to the Marion County Sheriff's Office. Deasia Cobb was arrested.
Deasia Cobb.
DE''ASIA. Deasia.
I love how you say that. You're better than Cyrano de Bergerac. Deasia.
Deasia. Deasia Cobb was arrested and charged with battery and disorderly conduct after the incident that unfolded last Wednesday at the Quick King gas station at 3511 Northeast 36th Avenue in Ocala, according to an arrest affidavit. The cashier told deputies that the incident started when Cobb confronted her, saying that she could have handled her two transactions at once. The two reportedly shouted racial slurs at one another.
Ooh, don't get into that stuff.
Causing the verbal altercation to turn physical. Here's where it starts.
Right.
That's when a Cobb allegedly grabbed a sausage from the hot tray.
Hot tray.
I dropped something. Grabbed the sausage from the hot tray and its tongs and hurled them both at the cashier. The sausage hit the cashier on the right wrist and the tongs on the right leg. Cobb then left the store.
Oh.
The cashier grabbed the sausage off the floor, went outside, and threw it at Cobb's car. Cobb retaliated by throwing the Coke can she just purchased and the same sausage back at the cashier, who was standing toward the end of the counter.
Ladies and gentlemen.
The soda can hit the counter. and the cashier was able to get out of the way to avoid being hit. The store owner who witnessed the entire incident said Cobb needed to leave. Cobb, however, said she wasn't trespassed from the store, so she refused to leave. She loitered and taunted the store employees for 8 minutes.
Was she waving the fucking sausage?
At this point, the sausage was thrown at the counter. So at this point, the sausage is now underneath the counter somewhere.
It's off screen.
Cobb was arrested and transported to the Marion County Jail on $1,500 bond. She has since been released. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've ever gone to a 7-Eleven, you know the rolling hot dog stand where it on the hot rollers and there is sausage.
The plexiglass lid.
Right. What this woman did was take the tongs, grab the sausage, take the sausage out of the tongs, throw the sausage, then throw the tongs.
Yes.
The cashier then picked up the sausage, threw that same sausage at the car. The woman then got out of her car, picked up that sausage again, threw it back at the woman, at the cashier. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the greatest throwing story we have had this entire year of throwing stories and Florida in the news.
I would like you to earmark this in your book. And I think during the year-end show, when we give awards, we will need to do a segment. We'll pay tribute to Talking FLA. And this must be the story that is retold. It's wonderful.
Again, my favorite story prior to this was when the person threw the chicken wings and the description that the chicken wings left chicken wing sauce on the chin, shoulder, and neck of the person that was hit, as if it was, shrapnel hitting them. This tops it because they both used the same sausage to throw it back and forth at each other in a heated argument in a convenience store. I'm saying 7-Eleven. It's the quick whatever.
That's what I imagine. It could be the get-go in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Right. This is where we need a Scotty and chair, not for fucking Zamboni conversation. Yeah. We need to know, has anybody taken the hot dogs or sausage out of the rollers and thrown them at somebody?
Yeah. I don't know. I wouldn't waste my money. I'd grab maybe some like candy or something, but
and not for nothing. I mean, that shit is hot.
Yes.
So
again, were there any third-degree burns or anything?
It doesn't say. So I'm assuming, because she threw the tongs and the sausage. So I'm assuming this Asia picked up the sausage with the tongs, took the sausage out of the tongs, threw the sausage, then threw the tongs. And then the cashier decided, fuck the tongs, I'm picking up the goddamn sausage, throwing it back.
Yeah.
And then she said, fuck you. You're not throwing that goddamn sausage back at me. I'm picking it up and throwing it back at you.
This would be an excellent audio drama that we could create.
The lead up to the sausage throwing.
Yes.
And then we could expand on the actual throwing itself.
Make note. These are like that. All future projects when we run into like writer's block.
Right. I like that. Facebook user says, sorry, I missed it. Guys, just a quick hi and bye. I have no idea who that is.
Well, Facebook user guess time.
Wait, I have to get
Sherry. I'm going to say Sherry.
Sherry, I will say Jason Scott. No, actually, he doesn't like you anymore. So yeah. I will say...
he watches in the background.
Does he? Okay. I will say Amanda.
Okay. I'm going to say Sherry.
And you are right. It's Sherry.
Yeah. Okay. Ding, ding, ding. Who is Facebook user? Another new segment, ladies and gentlemen.
That's
All right, we got to move. I got a Philly cheesesteak and a poutine waiting for me.
And a
boys
pea.
girls. All right, I got a bunch here, but I think I've locked in where I want to go. I did like Humunga Cowabunga.
There you go. Yep.
And I also wrote beside that story, Water Slide Wedgie.
Mm-hmm.
Cock blocking blockbuster.
Yep.
Yep. An erectile dysfunction pill plot. This is our autobiography.
Yes.
And I added down to these two, but I picked my number one far and beyond. I did like, I can't remember. Oh, it's where he purchased the stuff from. A guy on top of the world.
Yes, that's where he got the weed from.
Yeah, I like that. Number one, ladies and gentlemen, my show nomination for this week is simply Follow the Sausage.
Follow the sausage. That's right. Like follow the bouncing ball when the sing-along comes.
Just
follow the sausage.
You must have told us 8 times. Ladies and gentlemen, follow the sausage. And I was like trying to do a diagram. Like I was doing like mime while you were telling the story. We were so invested in that story. Yeah. I say you have 4.
I only have 3. I did a lot. I was reading a lot.
Yeah, you were busy.
I have Painful Wedgie, just because it was there.
Yeah.
I too had Cock Blocking Blockbuster.
Yeah.
I like that one. But my number one, we were talking about very early in the show. I liked Scorpion Blood.
Oh, okay. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I see there's a few of you out there. Well, one now. You go in, you go out. I think it's between Scorpion Blood and Follow the Sausage. Is there anyone out there that wants to do the tiebreaker? Still see one person in there. You could come in as Facebook user if you don't like. Oh, they left. That had to be Jason Scott then.
I will concede, and I will say Follow the Sausage.
I don't think, and Scorpion Blood, definitely a show note, but I don't think I have ever won, if it's a contest, twice in a row, ever. It wasn't even my thing. It was Big B's words, but I still call it. You didn't have that written down.
You didn't. Well, I don't know if you won last week or not because we said eat a fart.
Yeah, but I called it.
Yeah. Oh, no, yeah. You're right. You did.
Yeah.
I
don't think it's who says it. It's who calls it.
I will say
you sometimes will say something I say, and I'm like, I don't really like that, but
it ultimately wins because once you take it out of context, it's weird enough that it could be a show name. Yeah. I will say that Follow the Sausage.
I just, again, we're trying. I like Scorpion Blood, but then they might think we're doing like a Marvel cartoon podcast or something, and it'll be a show note. Definitely something to talk to Mike Jolitz about next time we get him live on the show.
Yes.
To see if the legend is true. If they do, in fact, digest or ingest Scorpion Blood. All right, folks, we got to go. We'll be back next week. I have no idea what's going on. But Big B and I will figure it out. And apparently two, not one, 2 really big surprises for Mike Jolitz.
I have to go back and see if he told me. I don't remember telling me.
I have no idea what it is, but I love surprises, so I'll wait. All right, say goodbye.
Later.
I want you to pack up and get out.
Get the hell out of here!
Go! Just go! Get out! Get the hell out!
Get out! Get out!
That will conclude this evening's entertainment.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
And then I tweeted, have many millions between Facebook and Twitter. It's great. It's like owning a newspaper without the losses. It's incredible.